483,511, to Winsome Sears, 43.8%, 378,000. So, John, what are you looking for the rest of the night? What does this night mean for the Republicans, for President Trump? Give me your thoughts.
Well, I think there's some lessons, and I think the race to look at is the one that Congresswoman Green pointed out, the Jason Miyares Attorney General race. You're seeing a significant phenomenon of ticket splitting right now in Virginia. There's about a 40,000 vote, 10% vote difference between what Abigail Spanberger is getting and what Jay Jones is getting, and about a 6% improvement of Jason Miyares over what Winsome Sears is getting. And that is a sign that his strategy worked. He talked more about the economy. He embraced President Trump fully. And, of course, he rode the coattails of repudiating his Democratic opponent's hateful speech. So will Miyares win? I don't know. It's about a 10, 11-point race right now. That's hard to overcome. But the ticket splitting is a really strong sign. It's a message that Republicans need to take into account as they go into 2026. You can't run from your commander-in-chief. You can't run from the America First agenda and try to run as a Republican in a general election. It doesn't work. That's the lesson of Winsome Sears. But Jason Miyares embraced President Trump. He leaned into his Democrat opponent's hateful language and really hit him hard. He was on air more effectively, I think, than Winsome Sears. And there's going to be some learning and hope for Republicans. No matter whether Miyares wins or not, he's shown that you can outperform the top of the ticket by doing the things that got Donald Trump elected just a year ago.
Well, John, let me bring you some numbers here in the Attorney General race. I don't know the last ones you saw, but right now what I'm showing is 51% to 48.6. So it is tight. I see about a less than 30,000 vote difference right now in Virginia for Attorney General. But let me ask you broader in Virginia, John. Obviously, as Congresswoman Green brought up before, there's a lot of uniquely local headwinds. Obviously, you have this enclave of federal workers, the government shutdown. Do we look back in 21 and just say that that was perfect conditions and a candidate who was kind of custom made at the time? Okay, give me your thoughts on that.
Yeah, listen, Winsome Sears is no Glenn Youngkin. The dynamic of 21 was much different. We had just gone through the embarrassment of Afghanistan. We were starting to get the shock of seeing men on the women's sports podium medal winning, and Youngkin hit the right moment, and he ran a good early get-out-the-vote operation. I think the early get-out-the-vote operation lagged in Virginia compared to 2021. And I think in this case, Sears was just a lesser candidate. She just didn't have command. She didn't have the ability to respond. She left herself in some awkward positions that made great political attack ads, which Glenn Youngkin didn't. Now, Miyares ran a stronger candidate. A lot of people I know in Virginia wish that Jason Miyares was the gubernatorial nominee this time around. And, of course, we'll armchair quarterback that for the next 4 years. But I do think that the lessons of Glenn Youngkin, he was a perfect sort of storm moment for the Republicans. Virginia's an increasingly blue state. And until they shrink the size of government, which Congress has failed to do effectively thus far, Virginia is going to be a deep blue northern district, hard to overcome with the rest of the state. And I think sometime soon, you're going to see the western side of Virginia start talking about what the counties in Oregon are talking about, which is joining Idaho and leaving Oregon and shrinking Oregon's influence in Congress. I wouldn't be surprised if that conversation begins soon in western Virginia. Western Virginia has nothing in common with the northern part of the state anymore, and they're much more in common with West Virginia. So I think you may see some of these secession movements, state-to-state secession movements, pick up as the reality of what Virginia has become compared to what it was 20 years ago sinks in on people.